Welcome back to our course about SEO and website analytics. We still talk about SEO. If the advice from the previous two chapters, the ones about technical SEO and the ones about content, would be enough for websites to rank high, following a sort of SEO recipe, then everybody could be an SEO champion. And several websites would probably claim the #1 spot in the search. In theory, you could create a website today and rank at #1 tomorrow. But obviously, this is not how things work. The ranking algorithm is way more complex than that, and it takes so many more things into account in order to distinguish good content from not so good one. One of these things is online authority. And I would argue that this carries the most weight in the entire SEO process. Online authority is mostly based on the way other websites link to you. If all of the most trusted websites in your niche link to your content as a reference, if you're in the news, if thousands of people like and share your content on social media, Google will take note and realize that you must be the most reliable source in the given topic. If these things happen consistently over time, then your entire domain authority will grow. Even if your page is not so well organized and you didn't really focus on any keywords, you would still probably rank high enough. One way to measure this authority that is used by many in the SEO field is the Moz domain authority. You can create an account at Moz for free, and it will give you the opportunity to check the domain authority for any domain. In short, we will call it DA. The DA tries to predict success in the SERP by looking at several things connected to the backlink profile and the history of the domain. The value goes from 1 to 100. What is a good score is relative. In some industries and topics, a DA of 40 can be quite high, while in others it would be considered very low. The benchmark is always the competition. You can't compete with the most popular websites on the internet in general. They have a DA that is close to 100. I mean YouTube, Facebook, and others that are in that category. DA is built over time and it cannot be manipulated with any shady black hat techniques. Growth can be painfully slow. It may take years to climb up in the score. That is only normal, since we talk about building up trust and reputation. How can you approach this process then? How can you improve? The official answer Google will give you is that you just need to constantly provide great content and others will surely link to it naturally. But there is more to that. Google never likes to reveal too much about their algo because webmasters would immediately try to abuse that and rank unnaturally by manipulating those variables. What we recommend in order to grow your DA is to look at your competitors, at the ones who rank above you for the same keywords. Use SEO analysis tools to study them and see how they reach the high DA. One thing you can learn from them easily is to check where they get backlinks from. Every other domain that links to them passes them authority. It sort of vouches for them, if you will. Can you try to get links from the same sources? If yes, you can probably reach the same DA as them in time. There are also free tools available for this task. This one is from Small SEO Tools. It's just an example. It has some limitations, but it can give you some precious information. We would recommend using a more advanced tool. Ahrefs is probably the best at this. SEMrush also has this feature, as you can see in this example. There is usually a huge amount of backlinks leading to trusted websites. You need to patiently filter through them and find the most valuable ones. We don't care as much about the number of backlinks in total. We think it's more relevant to look at the number of referring domains and filter through there. Find the best backlink sources and try to replicate them in what is called a link building process. The things you need to consider when you are performing link buildings are the following. Is the source of the backlink relevant for your business? This can mean the same niche. Like in our previous example, you would like travel blogs to link back to your post about family-friendly tourist destinations in Florida. Even if they have an average DA, a backlink from them can mean a lot. If there's an opportunity to link from, let's say, Lonely Planet or Culture Trip or Touropia or something along those lines, you have to take that opportunity. Some of these websites accept guest posts, or you can submit your story to them and they will consider writing about you themselves. That is the case for Lonely Planet, by the way. In some other cases, getting a backlink from the sources you want will not be possible, or it will cost you quite a bit of money. Webmasters will definitely not hesitate to ask you for money to publish content with backlinks to pointing to your website. But relevance is not limited to the area of activity. There can also be locally relevant backlinks. If you have a business in Seattle, backlinks from local business directories in Seattle are also good. Links from news sources can also be relevant sometimes. If a source can mix more of these types, it gets really valuable for you. For example, if you have a post about an event in London on your site, a backlink from a London 2020 events calendar is relevant in terms of topic as well as geography. Then consider, what type of links does the source provide? Many websites don't like to pass on authority through links, so they add a parameter to these links called nofollow. This sends a message that they don't endorse the website they are linking to. A nofollow link has always been less valuable than a normal one. It still works, but it doesn't pass on the authority. Quite naturally, websites with user-generated content like Wikipedia or most of the comment sections on other websites are all nofollow. That's in order to stop spammers. However, recent changes from Google suggest that a nofollow backlink is far from useless, although you would still prefer a link without this parameter. You can read more about these types of links on our blog at Visitor Analytics. So consider also other factors. What is the DA of the domains that you want to link from? Or maybe a similar score to DA, SEMrush uses another metric. Does the source have a high DA? The higher, the better. Then also consider quality over quantity. A high number of links from shady domains with low DA and low relevance will most likely hurt your authority instead of increasing it. Of course, you can't stop people from linking to your site, but try not to actively link build from cheap websites. You will find plenty of offers like this from so-called SEO specialists that can provide hundreds or thousands of backlinks in exchange for a few dollars. I always see these kind of offers on Fiverr, for example, and I stay away from them. They are toxic. Just remember that in everything you do, try to get so-called natural links. Best case scenario, other quality websites would be really interested in your content and you would just need to let them know about it. They would link because they are genuinely interested in what you have to say, not because they have some sort of material interest or they get some money in return. By the way, also link exchange is also strictly discouraged by search engines, so don't try to get into deals where you post a backlink in exchange for another backlink. A good way to get attention to your content is social media. Although officially, again, Google has claimed that they do not consider links from social media in their algo, that is probably not true. People talking about your brand on social media will surely impact your SEO positively. Another important link to get is the one from Google My Business account. Having your business listed here will drastically increase your rankings for local-oriented searches. Your business will be shown on a map, and people doing relevant searches in your vicinity are likely to find you more easily. Local search is a vast domain unto itself. You can read more about it in the resources of this section and on our Visitor Analytics blog. That's about it for this part. Start building your online authority now, step by step. Good luck with it.